Welcome to Weekended. But before you go and relax this weekend or head to a comics event, let's get you in to know of all the comics news that came over the Comics News Wire this week that turned heads and comics pages in this comic book industry. And now to our anchors to give you the news you need to know. Good morning. Go ahead.
Morning.
Go for it.
All right. Good morning, comics fans. I'm C. Michael Lanning, independent artist, and of course, your co-anchor here on Weekended, where we talk about mainstream and indie news in the same vein. Because to us, comics is comics. This morning, I am joined by a very special co-host, Mr. Rob Anderson. Rob, you want to introduce yourself?
No, I'm lazy. I got videos for that.
Mr. Anderson is the unboxable advocating creator known as the devilish comics creator who will tempt you with his devilish tales. He creates books about fetish, monsters, and more, and offers free spanks and hugs. He also teaches morals with farts. Check out the Comics Devil by going to MrAnderson.com.
See, that's laziness in action right there, people. Make your own intro video like a wrestler.
Hey, that's called being prepared. It's like a Boy Scout.
All right. So it was a busy week this week.
Yeah. Let's see what we got. I guess we got to get to it top of the hour here.
Yeah.
So priced out. At what point do comics become too expensive for fans? I swear this isn't a column hiding for the good old days of 40-cent comics and spinner racks. Really, it's not, though that would be nice. But right now, our prices are high, but you're kind of getting more content in that. But if you want to check that out at sci-fi.com, go right ahead.
And now I thought this was interesting to add in just for the fact that, you know, sci-fi doesn't talk about the cost of coffee and how much someone's willing to pay for a cost of coffee to last the person 20, 30 minutes. A comic can last a person a long time, especially if it's well written. Someone will go back to it, they'll reread it. So how much will they pay? Kickstarter proves people are willing to pay $10 an issue. Sci-fi. Don't be upset because you can't come up with another Sharknado that works. Just saying, Sci-fi. Get back to work. Maybe actually produce a comic book into a movie.
Hey, look, we can have a Sharknado comic book.
There you go.
And myself.
So check this out. This is the Demoness. They're getting a connective cover. I thought this was really cool the way this came, and this is going to be. So what's after the Nebula Pearl from Codex Entertainment LLC? Lily the Demoness, Chapter 5, 4-part connecting cover by Ash Madi and Cici de la Cruz, coming this summer. Now that's going to be really cool. There's a way to get someone to buy alternate covers.
I'm telling you. It looks good, and look, it has a purpose. So,
Nope.
I don't want to talk about this. I haven't seen it yet this morning. Falcon and the Winter Soldier to reveal major cameo in next week's episode, and I'm assuming that was today.
Yes.
So I do not want to talk about this, but if you're curious about it, you can check it out at comicbook.com.
All right, scrolling up, we have this great art from Tom Hutchinson. This is the Wizard of Oz take that they have going on. Beautiful art from it. If you want to know more, you can go to our actual newsroom right now. Go to comicbookadvocates.com and just go to the newsroom, and you'll see today's weekended programming. And just click on it, and you'll get all the information. That's Tom Hutchinson, and great art. Beautiful, stunning art.
All right. Now, this is interesting. Netflix has shared the first batch of character posters for Jupiter's Legacy, the new superhero show based on the Mark Millar and Frank Quitely's comic book series. These are pretty cool, so go check them out. You can check that out at comicbookmovie.com. And that's kind of Netflix's way to compete with The Boys. You think that's going to make it?
Yeah. Look, man, comics are hot right now. Make good content, and people will watch it. So we have this cool cover reveal. This is, I'm going to call it Aphrodite.
Yeah, I think Aphrodite.
Aphrodite, yeah. I'm never good with Roman numerals. I'm going with 4.
9.
Okay. Yeah. See, I didn't grow up in the Roman era. I can never tell time when they have that way. So anyway, Rebirth. This is by Matt Hawkins and artist Steph Sechek. And for those who don't know, he actually did Sunstone. If I'm not
okay.
And that's how I know his name. And this is beautiful art. Let's see. Theocratic. Mutant versus Totalitarian.
Yeah, that works.
Way too early. Way too early for these words, guys.
I'm telling you. What the heck?
Jeez. I didn't know I was going to have to bring out the dictionary. Cyborg is a nice touch as there is no obvious good guys here. I like that. Our heroine has no moral basis for choosing a side. Neither camp has any interest or peace or peaceful coexistence. She is named after a goddess. She can find her own humanity in the midst of those who have left their behind centuries ago, who have left theirs behind centuries ago. I guess they're people. But that looks cool, man. Yeah. Like this, I'll be checking out. This is from Image and Top Cow. Apparently, they're doing a crossover.
Yeah, Matt Hawkins is a real good writer, you know, and he puts out some stuff every year. I'm telling you. Not to mention editing over there at Top Cow. I met him once before. He's a pretty nice guy. So go check it out. Of course, also check this out. You have comic book preview, Batman Urban Legends #2. DC Comics releases Batman Urban Legends #2 this past Tuesday, and you can get yourself a sneak peek at the issue here at flickeringmyth.com. All right, so I guess it's Batman getting back to his roots on the street.
Well, I think this is after the future event that they did. I remember when Marvel did it, and they called it Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But yeah, DC's wrapping up their future state stuff, and it was some interesting stuff. I got a couple issues. I was kind of cool about that. Now I know if you like the kinky in the adult world, Lore might be something for you. An adult only horror thriller graphic novel in the style, and I don't have the rest of that. But you can check out more back Lore today from Krista Grant. And check out. I think the tagline is: Have you got your invite? Well, now you have, and there you go. Check out Laura today.
All right, more comic book preview. Batman the Detective #1. The Dark Knight heads to Europe this week as DC Comics launches the 6-issue miniseries Batman the Detective. Of course, you can take a look at flickeringmyth.com.
Now, notice his outfit's a little different. I wonder if, like, when he goes there, there's no capes in England.
That can't be true. No, in fact, I think you're even required to have capes and canes. That's
like the English thing. Maybe he's wearing it to be a rebel.
That's it.
No, he's got like the punk vest instead. There you go, Batman. Yeah. John Slastry gives us, for those who like their comics on the heavy metal side, my Indiegogo campaign for Bloodwing Angel is in the pre-launch phase. Now, people have asked us about this, so here's the deal. I just want to talk about it. This is nothing against anyone. We had a couple people who were, for some reason, when we did a Kickstarter and then we also covered the Indiegogo, a few people thought that wasn't cool to have it on backer pause. And I could kind of see it. It's a double dipping moment. You're doing the same campaign on two different platforms. So we will cover it on the news. You'll see us talk about the news. It will not be on backer pause. So the first time they run their campaign, we'll do it. This was brought to my attention. This was also brought to my attention when, for those who don't know who are watching the show, we talked about this a few weeks ago. From now on, if someone extends their Indiegogo campaign, we stop covering it when it originally would have ended. Okay. Because we're getting a lot of complaints that people aren't getting their Indiegogos due to these extensions, and it's taking forever to get their books. And I don't want to deal with that, so we'll cover them for the first whatever they market. I know there's a couple campaigns right now that have it up to 60, a few are 30, so we'll cover it for the first thing. If they extend, we'll go to the last day, and then we'll stop covering it.
All right. Well, that makes sense. Oh, no, Amazon. Well, actually, good for Amazon. Amazon pulls pirated comics from Kindle. Most of them. Yesterday, Bleeding Cool reported on a comic book pirating twist. You want to check that out at bleedingcool.com. That's good news for the IP owners.
Why do they have something against pirates?
I don't think it's those kind of pirates. It's the other kind of pirates. The kind that hurt people like us, Rob.
Yeah, I know. Good for Amazon. Seriously, good for Amazon. Kamal Hennessy, Wave Blue World, AWBW, had been a home for impactful comic book art for over 15 years. You can read all the titles from AWBW and 5,000 other comics on globalcomics.com. I'm telling you, they're testing me today.
I almost want to say ABBA. So what is that?
Oh, that would have been. I was trying not to. I was going to go Ababa, Ababa. Really quick, Kamal Hennessy. If you guys, and I've talked about this recently, and C is going to know exactly what I mean. After the last year of my life, I cannot stress how important it is for you guys to have legal representation. You guys need someone to represent you at certain times, especially during contracts or when you're building something. You cannot trust people, but you can trust contracts. Contracts can keep you safe. I said it in the creative field, contracts are the new condom, and showing that you have a contract shows you care. So make sure you're wearing your protection by getting an attorney. And speaking of which, Kamal Hennessy actually represents comic book creators. I definitely suggest checking out Kamal today if you need representation. Were you going to say, Lucy?
And on that, and kudos to Kamal Hennessy, who is actually I think Kamal might do some writing, but he's also taking in a step in comic books that a lot of people don't take. Is you can be involved in comic books and not be a writer and an artist. You can involve yourself, and just like this, as advocacy, you can involve yourself as a lawyer and stuff like that. So kudos to Kamal Hennessy for being part of the business, because most of us get into it like, oh, I'm going to be in comics, so I'm going to be a writer or a comic book artist, more than Trish. So I just kind of want to throw that out there. You don't have to be a writer and an artist to be in comics.
Completely agree. So many other positions, especially the legal ones, are so important and overlooked. You don't realize it until you're in a situation that's dirty and you suddenly realize how important a contract is. Don't get yourself in that dirty position. Get a contract today and get someone who knows them. So this is you.
Yep. FlickeringMyth.com has also got another comic book preview of Rorschach #7. And the only reason I could read that is because I know who that is. DC Comics releases Rorschach #7 this Tuesday, and you can check out the official preview of the issue right here on FlickeringMyth.com.
I like that character, man. I didn't like I don't like the Watchmen. I really don't. Love the HBO version. Love that one. Hated the movie. Hated the comic book. I understood it. Art. I'm no argument here. It is a very artistic, great story. It just wasn't for me. But that one character that stood out for me.
Oh, it's Rorschach. Yeah. I was not a fan of the movie. The comic is really hard to get through because he writes it like a novel, like straight up like a novel. It's good. He's a good writer. It's just hard. It's hard to get through. I did, however, and a lot of people hate me for this, but I did like Doomsday Clock. So I like where they kind of went with that one, but that's because they had Batman, Superman. So what can I say? This is you.
Philadelphia high school teacher publishes first comic book. Now that's an awesome thing. Not only is he a teacher, but he's showing students the power of comics. I'm all for it. Kudos, my man. Keep up the good work. This is brought to us, by the way, by PhillyTribe.com.
All right. First Day Bundle. Catch the Crazies. This is from our good friend Sam Vera. Want to check it out. Their Kickstarter starts on April 29th. So if you got the first two, don't miss out on the third one, guys. And I'm sure they probably have a package where you could get all three. So go check it out. April 29th. That's just in a couple of weeks.
So you're saying there's a bundle where they could catch the crazies.
Where they could catch the crazies, yes. I'd not think of that.
This is awesome, man. Comic book superfan gets Marvel Dream Job after 20 years after applying. His application, which suggested comics with British superheroes, was initially rejected, but hey, man, this is what we always talk about: staying power, keeping yourself active, just doing the right thing. You never know what's in a desk somewhere that someone pulls out. I know it's cool right now to try to shit talk Marvel and DC, and I don't think we actually play a warning, but I mean, this is just my own opinion, so it's not those with any subscribers, hosts, or any other entity attached to this program, but if you're talking badly about the professional businesses above us, you just make yourself sell it, because they are still doing amazing, great things. And this is a great example. This guy's life just changed and his dreams came true. So maybe not talk all down about a business that you're part of in an industry. Don't celebrate publicly things, and don't talk about how everything. Let's stop being Chicken Little, is what I'm saying. Because good things still happen, and let's celebrate the positive. There's so many people who are willing to tear things down. Let's make things rise up.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a guy that gets his job at Marvel. Come on, that's some staying power right there. And of course, that's somersetlive.co.uk. And I don't have much context for this. Let's see. Pull this up here. Still have no context.
Well, it's cool art.
Yeah, it is.
Moving on.
Okay, here we go. Abandoned, alone, trapped in a world that has snuffed out all that is good. This is from Evan Pizzios. That's all I got. Guys. I tried.
Johnny Phantasm. He does Johnny Phantasm. I don't know why he didn't do a better promo than that. I probably picked this because the art was cool and didn't realize how little. Because, it says sometimes see more, and I'm like, okay, we'll see more. See what I did there? And, I just give it to you guys sometimes because he's part of a project. A bunch of creators got together. We haven't been permission to officially cover it yet. When I asked to have it covered, someone turned around and told me that everyone was partnering, and I was like, that doesn't answer my question about whether we're allowed to cover it or not. Thanks for that non-answer. That's like me asking C, where do you want to go for lunch? I had breakfast this morning, and I didn't like my eggs. What? What does that got to do with it?
Yeah, pretty much. Come on now. If you want your stuff out there, y'all got to tell us, man.
Agree to terms, people. Come on, man. You agree to every other term in your life, and no one reads it. You've all sold your soul.
I used to believe that. I was a kid. Said I got to read all this, all 15 pages of little bitty print. This is you, huh?
Oh, this is me? Okay. How far can parody protect your trademark infringement lawsuit? Protect you from a trademark infringement lawsuit? Generally speaking, and this was a good article from CBR, it's up to a judge. I can't stress that enough to you all. A judge will make a decision, and a Supreme Court will decide because usually you can challenge it to the Supreme Court. This is actually an example of a few people who lost it. Even with parody, they lost lawsuits. If you're a creator who likes to do parody, this is one of those moments you want to stop and read this article to see what caused the losses to happen. Very important article. Yeah. Made it to our market watch as well. Because remember, we have 3 different newsrooms now. We have the In to Know, which gives you a bunch of things to learn, including comic book history that don't make it to the Newswire program weekend, because this is just a taste of all the news from this week. We covered everything. Me and Mike could be here 8 hours. 8 hours talking about everything that happened in comics. We take the best of the best and the most interesting of the interesting and makes it to this. We also have a market watch, which generally talks about business aspects. And you don't see everything show up. You can find that all, again, going to the COMiXNewsWire.com.
All right. Let's go check that out. Coming from our friends over at Scout Comics, you can pre-order Black Cotton #3 now from Scout Comics using diamond code APR 211885. The Cotton family wars against itself after Zion goes to see Elizabeth in the hospital. Also, a business crisis arises. So go check that out.
I'll say this. Scout's got some interesting titles right now. Between that and the recount, they seem to know the pulse of things going on. And
I actually have a subscription box coming in from them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's got some of their #1s and stuff I'm waiting for. So we're going to see.
You might actually finally get your cat dead.
Hey, who knows?
I
have two issues of that. So
but I'm saying it might show up the Scout version because it was going out through some of their subscription acts. I know because people actually reached out to me. By the way, thank you to everyone who reached out. I've made a couple new friends in the last 2 weeks over that. They're really thrilled about the book. Thank you. I shared it with the team, and everyone's happy. Something else to share with everyone right now is What If? Poster reveals the Guardians of the Multiverse. What? Take my money. Oh my, I love What If. Growing up, What If was one of my favorite comics. Oh man, I think some things actually happened because of What If. They snuck in later when they could. because they're just some good ideas. Like Gwen was, I think, Stacy Gwen started in a What If, and then suddenly she was brought back to life later on, if I remember correctly.
That would be surprising. But some of those What Ifs were some fantastic writing on those. I mean, it was like the Twilight Zone of Marvel. So it's pretty cool.
Perfectly pitched. They should actually pay you from now on and use that one.
Hey, look, hey Marvel, if you're watching,
Yeah.
But it's cool because this has we got a big old shot of Peggy Carter right here. A lot of people can't get enough of this Agent Carter, so we got to see a little bit more.
Captain Britain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's really what she is, but it looks like it.
No, I believe that's what she. I believe that's what it is. If one of their episodes is what if Peggy Carter had taken the super soldier serum?
Yeah.
So, and it looks like Killmonger over there is Black Panther. I don't know. We'll see.
I look forward to it.
Oh, no, I didn't want to do that.
What if we go to the site? This is brought to you by comicbookmovie.com.
All right.
Did you see this one?
I did not see it. I missed it the other day, but I did see it was live. Jamal Engel is an American writer, comic book illustrator, editor, and animation storyboard artist whose experiences have taken him all across the field of sequential arts. The 30-plus year industry veteran, and he is coming to speak to Comic Book School about scripts for comics. Please join in the discussion on the forums and ask your questions up front.
Really cool interview. You guys got to check it out. Great mind, great information. Go back and look at it. It's on YouTube now. Go to the Comic Book Advocates Network and you'll find it right away.
All right.
Watch. Marvel delves into Kate Bishop's comic book origin ahead of her MCU debut. A new Marvel video offers a lesson in Kate Bishop's comic book history ahead of her live-action debut. This often goes into the Indie Know program that we have. But I figured today I would show this one off because I know a lot of people are kind of curious about this character because, you know, you have a lot of casual fans. And look, not throwing shade. It's okay to be a casual fan here on this show. But I just wanted everyone to have that feeling of, well, I kind of want to know who this woman is. So we did this all for you guys. And why do we do it, Mike?
So they're in the know.
That's right. Now you're in the know. Brought to you by comicbookadvocates.com.
All right. And this is from Pete Vasquez. I hate having to post this. My dad passed away this morning. I've been getting all his stuff in order between the pandemic, which destroyed my savings, and the fact that all my dad has for end of life costs was his pension, my sister, and I decided that unfortunately, as much as we hate to do it, we have to ask for help. We more than understand that these are tough times and folks can't donate, but even if you could share this and pass it along, it would be amazing. We cannot thank you enough. So go check it out on GoFundMe, guys.
Yeah, and I'm
helping him.
You guys are awesome. There is communities within the industry. I always say it. Comic books aren't a community, but there are communities within the industry. And a community around him has helped him raise, I believe, $8,000 the last time I looked, just within days. So thank you for everyone who helped out, shared this. This is what we can do when we rise together. And Hulu, everything coming to Hulu, Netflix, and HBO Max, comic book related edition. Check it out today over at the Comics Newswire on Twitter, or go to our newsroom at comicsnewsroom@yahoo.com. This article is brought to you by comicbook.com.
All right. 10 things you didn't know about Star Trek / Green Lantern crossovers that have always been popular in the world of entertainment, and the Star Trek Green Lantern crossover is no different. So check that out at cbr.com. I have to admit, I've not read a Star Trek Green Lantern crossover, but it makes sense.
Didn't even know about it till I found that. Didn't even know about it. I'll let you talk about this because I know you know this dude.
All right, this is I think this is from my buddy Aaron Humphreys' webtoon. Yeah.
If you click on it, I think there's more info.
Yeah. This is from a new episode of my Goblins comic is up on Webtoons. This episode, I introduce my last character of the story. Check out the episode here at webtoons.com. And he asks over there, if you want to go check out and follow Aaron Humphreys, he's asked you a question. What are some of your favorite type of characters designed? Post them below. So Aaron, get over there, kind of talk to Aaron. Aaron's a real good guy to talk to, guys. And go check out his comic, Godlings. He's also known for doing the Silverline Friar Rush comic that just did the Kickstarter for its second one. I think they have one more issue coming soon.
And I just have to say here, oh my God, it's a young Hellboy. Isn't he adorable? Don't you just want to hug him and hold him? Come on. I would love to see him hang out with Jax. Although I think they try to fight over who runs hell. All right, comic book preview. Young Hellboy, The Hidden Land, number 3. I kind of like when they go back and show us the kids. Like Superboy was a great thing, the original Superboy, not like when Clark was Superboy. Nothing against the other Superboys and all that. But I also, there was even talk about like doing a teenage Bruce Wayne at one point where they kind of played with it a little bit. But I don't think they ever fully went into it because he was supposed to have been like Jesus, but instead of finding his way to religious enlightenment, he found his way on how to hurt people 1,000,001 ways. So, it would have been like Kung Fu, but with like just learning to hurt people.
Yeah.
Just to hurt people.
Well, we had Gotham.
Oh, let's not talk about Gotham. Let's not. Let's just all agree that was a fever dream with some great actors that we hope get picked up for a real story.
What's sad about exactly that's it, just like a fever dream. There were some good parts, and there were some parts that make you go, "Huh?"
Like, what did you just say to me? And
let's see if I can open this up. So, all right, this is from Sean Keenan. Okay, so if you missed us live yesterday at Drop Bear Comics, we announced the launch of the 13th Labor for Thursday, the 6th of May at 11 a.m. AEST. I'm not sure what that stands for. I know that's the time zone. Australian
Eastern time, I think.
Okay.
Guessing.
Okay. That's as good a guess.
They have their own time. They're out there nowhere, no man's land, so they get to pick their own letters.
Yeah, right. Here's the standard cover of the new series created by David Gay, a truly heroic story that showcases the power of loss, struggles, and how we can overcome it all to be more than we ever imagined. So go check that out, guys. The 13 Labor.
Looks dope.
Yeah.
DC sets new Red Hood comic book series. Following the events of DC's Future State this January and February, there's more action in store for Jason Todd, also known as the Red Hood. This is brought to us by Hollywood Reporter. This is part of their Heat Vision series. I love that they're doing it. Although I gotta say, I looked twice. I swear to you, I thought that was a woman dressed as Red Hood. The way that he's walking. I've never seen a dude walk that way. I'm just saying I've never seen a dude walk that way. Usually the dangling bits don't allow your legs to come that close.
I'm not going to say anything, but yeah, I thought the same thing. This is from Matt Shore. Just a few backers away from 45 in our second stretch goal. If you haven't already checked us out, check us out. Moby Dick, Back from the Deep, number 4 on Kickstarter.com.
Go deep with Dick.
Wow. I'm not giving that tagline. This is you.
Marvel announces World War She-Hulk. You know what? I'm an actual She-Hulk fan from like back in the day. I hate how they've treated the character in the last couple of years. Turning her into the grotesque monster, like none of that made. There was always something special about Jennifer and her connection with the Hulk because she'd always figured it out right away. I hate what they're doing with this character. And it's Marvel's character. They can do what they want. But I really hope that they wrap it back up and put back the sarcastic fourth wall breaking Jennifer that we're used to. Because that's going to be the series that they have coming. They're not doing Savage She-Hulk in that series. They're going with the classic one. So I'm hoping World War She-Hulk wraps up whatever they were doing with Savage She-Hulk and we get back our normal She-Hulk.
Give it time. Now that the all-knowing Kevin Feige is taking control even of the comics, we're going to start seeing probably a lot of connections there.
Oh, imagine how crazy would that shit be? Have your books connect with your movies.
No, who would think of that? It's crazy.
Don't be crazy now. Stop the crazy talk.
I'm going to see you with a tinfoil hat next week, Rob.
I'm just telling you, man, for a company that created crossovers. I'm just saying.
Oh, I don't even know how to lead into this, but this is from Kamal Hennessy. This month, professional comics creators creator looks at the rise of NFTs, the fall of Diamond, and the continued limbo of comic book conventions. Wow. The fall of Diamond. Are we that early to call that the fall?
Even if it survives, it's fallen. It was a monopoly, and it's not anymore. And it's somehow the way it got its monopoly, the fact that no one ever challenged it, it was a monopoly. Like, I mean, there was no other way around it. It was, and the government just never came in, never gave enough of an F, as they would say on the streets. Didn't give enough F about it to actually get involved. They did fall, and it was all because of Rona. Rona came in, and Rona broke a monopoly. So yes, horrible. Rona's not a guest you want in your house, but sometimes you can even find a silver lining in the P times.
Yeah. There's a lot of mixed feelings about it. I, for one, am happy to see other companies coming up that are involved in comics. Again, you don't have to be just a writer and artist to be involved in comics. To be a distributor, that's a very important part.
I'll tell you this, man. If you're doing your job right, no one would leave.
Yeah.
Newswatch, Batman Secret Files, Spotlight Solo Adventures of the Bat Family. Now, I'll be honest, I love the Bat Family. I don't think there's any other character who has a deep a bench as Batman does. Forget Justice League. Talk to me about the Bat Family. I cannot believe they've never made a cartoon series about the Bat Family yet.
Yeah, that's true.
You
think they would be something that they would explore?
I think it came close a few years ago, and for whatever reason, they went with like that superhero, like the weird like superhero girls launch, where they redid a lot of the characters, and it was weird because they took the characters and they tried to appeal to girls, but they didn't. I like it personally. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like you weren't going to get parents to sit through it because it was like Teen Titans. A lot of people who will not watch Teen Titans Go. My son loves Teen Titans Go. It took me a very long time to get over it, and I had to convince myself that I'm just looking at like Mad Magazine. These are the same people who own Mad Magazine. They're clowning themselves. Let them clown themselves. And some of the things they teach the kids, though, is like brilliant. They're teaching the kid economics and
they do.
They were talking about royalties, and I was like, I have to get some fan artists to watch Teen Titans Go now.
I have a very special someone an adult that likes Teen Titans Go. My wife loves Teen Titans Go.
It has its moments. Like I didn't want to. I tried and after that they even did their crossover with the Thundercats Roar, and I was like, okay, maybe I am. I watched the entire one, and I was like, you know what? I really haven't watched the Thundercats Roar. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being the guy who's like being a Chicken Little. I haven't sat down. I watched it. I sat down and watched an entire episode with my son, holding him in my arms because he did not want to watch it. And I was holding him because I needed the comfort of watching them ruin my childhood.
Hey, it's only ruining your childhood if you let it. Don't let it.
It did. That day it did. I cried in the shower that evening, see, and I don't mind.
I promise you now. Let's see.
This article, by the way, I can hear you. This article is brought to us, by the way, by COMiX-WATCH.com. Oh. I think C has lost the microphones. He'll be back in one moment.
Give me just a second.
In the meantime, let us play a video. Be more than just a fan. Become an advocate for comics. Subscribe to comicbookadvocates.com, the site that puts the love of comics first.
Be a pair. Be professional. Be ethical. Be authentic. Be respectful. Remember, in this industry for comics.
And we're going to just quickly watch a Kickstarter video. And we'll go with our winner of the week, Immortal Error. So Immortal Error got the most amount of votes. And here we go. Are you back, C?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. My earbuds just went, and then everything kind of cut out on me. So.
All right, well, we got a 30-second thing. We're going to play Immortal Error, and here we go. This is now on Kickstarter till Monday, so if you want yourself a copy, now's the time to go to Kickstarter.
Immortality a dream shared by millions. As the world rang in the new millennium, this dream became a reality. However, it didn't take long to realize that this supposed blessing was the greatest curse ever to befall the world. Fast forward 200 years into a future mired with the curse of immortality. Riddled with overpopulation and dwindling resources, the world is divided between overcrowded cities and abandoned subways. A group of heroes from the underground has dedicated themselves to finding relics from the past, which will explain the condition and restore the natural life cycle. Join us as Ari fights for her life in a showdown that will forever change her and the course of human history. Whether you're new to the world of Immortal Era or continuing your journey, we have options to meet your needs. Regardless, buckle up because it's going to be a wild ride.
All right.
That's pretty good advertisement there. Never heard of it before, but now I know what it's about. And it's got some really cool art in there. So now we have another comic book preview from The Joker #2. DC Comics The Joker continues this Tuesday with the release of the second issue, and we've got the official preview for you here again on flickeringmyth.com. That's good. We needed another Joker. We did the Crazies already, so I'm gonna go up to this one right here.
Ben Cook presents Apex 1 through 1, Apex 1, a 25-page sci-fi noir in the ghetto of the future. In the ghetto of the future? Oh my
yeah.
Sounds like home. Sounds like home a few years from now. The next stage in human evolution is here, and she's hungry. Oh no, she's the Apex. Check it out now.
Oh boy. All right, and we did that. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Comic book preview, Red Sonja, The Superpowers #4. Red Sonja, The Superpowers #4 is out this Wednesday, and of course they have the official preview over on flickeringmyth.com. You know, talk about the Bat family. How about the Red Sonja family? There's a lot of Red Sonja out there.
Yeah, and it's I'm kind of sad that they always show the actual, instead of the character, they're doing cosplay. I really think that's kind of, I get it. Girls look hot. Like, you don't have to tell me more than once. But, like, the character looks hotter. I'm sorry. 90% of the time, I'd rather see the character. And that sounds weird, but I'm okay with it because I'm a nerd. Does comic book crowdfunding grant immortality to comic books? I think so. And so did our guest creator, Edward, who is the creator of Immortal Era. Check out Backer Pause and see when Ed felt the need to pause.
All right.
Gave you my Shatner there.
The need to pause. Of course, this is from Keystone COMiX-CON and Rob Anderson. Let's see.
I can tell you really quick. Keystone got canceled. It's not happening this year. They hope to bring it back in 22. Me and C were talking about this. New York Comic-Con, SuperCon, C2E2, and I believe Emerald City are all happening at the end of the year. I don't blame them. That to do 5 shows in 6 months sounds just too intense, especially just kickstarting them. Keystone was the youngest one. I understand giving it a minute, seeing what happens, especially, we're trying to get to the end of it. For those who don't know, I've been vaccinated. I got the J&J. I'm in the window of concern, and I'm taking it serious. But otherwise, I still suggest getting vaccines. I still suggest getting your shots. Let's get past this. Let's get healthy. Let's get back where we don't have to see any more shows getting canceled for anything other than bad management or storms and weather. Let's get over this hump.
All right. Again, from flickeringmyth.com, another comic book preview for Star Trek Year 5. Remember, it was a 5-year journey, guys. And Star Trek only ran for 3 years. So there's still some undiscovered territory, or I guess. So ahead of its release this Wednesday, we've got an official preview of IDW Publishing's Star Trek Year 5, number 20. Check it out here, flickeringmyth.com.
Oh, man, you got to open this up. What Comic Cons are you doing going to this year? Sound off below and drop the links. Let's see some of the shows that are opening up. I'm pretty excited to actually be on the news this week just because I can talk about it. If you click up on the 19 hours, it'll open it up right away. So this is pretty cool, like to see. First off, MegaCon, that's going down in Florida. We're getting the Fort Myers show that I'll be at, Comic Palooza. Louisiana Comic-Con is coming back. We have Comic Live from Perry Edwards. Let's see. We have Dead Star gives an entire list of shows. This is what I like seeing. Three Rivers Comic-Con. Can you give Mike's thing just an open up for me?
Sure. Wait, this one, yeah.
Yeah, to see more.
Yep.
Steel City, Living Dead, and Living Dead Weekend, and Steel City Comic-Con. I guess there's 2 Steel City Comic-Cons. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Do what you got to do. Our good friend Douglas Brown gives us Comics Palooza. Jacob Stem taking the year off, so he's not going anywhere. NorCon 10. Rob is going to Fan Expo Boston. So we still haven't had the 3-day. I think a 3-day is coming really soon. Baltimore Comic-Con. I'm trying to get into that one. I want to be there. Comic-Con Erie Home 19. We'll see more about that. Ottawa Comic-Con 2021. Like, here it comes, guys. Look, it's opening. Daytona Beach is going to be later this year in September. D-Land, I think, is this weekend, actually. D-Land, I believe, is coming just this weekend. So the Infinity Con, Tallahassee, that's a part of Florida I don't go. It's like the Bible Belt. It's where, like, preachers live. No, thank you. No, thank you. Gem City is in Ohio in July. That one is a big one. That's good to see that coming back. PowCon, Catch the Crazies podcast. We'll have a panel there. MegaCon and Spooky Empire. Spooky's actually at the end of the month. Planning for New York Comic-Con 21. Brian Gregory says he's going to Greensville, South Carolina, which we haven't seen yet, but is actually going on this weekend.
All right.
Excuse me, Three Rivers, and there it is, South Carolina Comic-Con, April 17th to the 18th, and then we have a Rimini? Okay, Rimini Comics, and that's pretty cool. Like, look, it's starting, guys. Start telling us where you're going. Let's start getting back on the road, man. So excited about that.
Right, and now you can also check out Joseph Abbott presents Indiegogo.com Project Black Sun Samurai #1. Kurosawa meets Tolkien epic samurai adventures set in mythological feudal Japan. Now, come on, that ends Friday, April 30th, so you have a little bit of time, but go check it out on Indiegogo.com. Black Sun Samurai.
KJ Kaminsky gives us the Sophia Saturn is still live on Kickstarter, and they're getting closer to their goal. And I thought it was about time to announce some stretch goals. So here are all the stretch goals he has going on. The first one will be stickers from Sophia. And every time after that, you're going to get a little something. Go over to the campaign. Forget reading this. Great book. We actually have a video, and we're in backer pause. You want to play the video real quick for us?
Let's do it. I love it.
The teen space adventure, Sophia Saturn, concludes its first story arc with the final chapters of the 5-issue miniseries. Sophia is a high school senior ready to start her adult life, until she and her friends get sucked through a cosmic wormhole and into the middle of an intergalactic war. After the surprising cliffhanger of issue number 3, Sophia is back to wrap up her first story arc and decide where this journey will take her.
And definitely check that out on Kickstarter today and see the rest of the video.
Yeah, that actually looks really good.
Great art.
It is. It really is. A comic book preview. Again, Star Trek here 5.
That's clearly a copy paste there.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk. Forget about that. Don't forget Star Trek, but let's forget about it right now. Let's talk about Starlight movie in the works based on the Mark Miller comic book. There have been rumblings about a Starlight movie for years now, but the project is finally moving forward at 20th Century Studios. So go check that out at comicbookmovie.com. I think for years now, we're going to be hearing a lot from Mark Miller. A lot. With that Netflix deal he made, oh my gosh.
Did you see this? The comic book preview, John Romita's Amazing Spider-Man Ashcan edition?
No, I have not seen this. But I knew this is senior, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is over at flickeringmyth.com. You got to check it out. Looks amazing. Definitely check it out today.
I know John Romita Jr. is coming back to Marvel from what I hear.
Yes. And I'm pretty sure it was senior's work there, but if I'm wrong, send us an email. Well,
You know, it looked like senior.
yeah. Billy.
All right. Billy Tucci is coming to GSCF, Garden State Comic Fest Summer Edition. Of course, you know, Billy is an award-winning cartoonist, best known for his modern-day samurai fable, She. Go check it out, guys. You can go check out Billy Tucci's page and see all about that, or check out GardenStateComicFest.com for more. Billy celebrates 27th anniversary in comics with the release of She, Return of the Warrior, She Haikoyo, She Gatecrasher, and She the Omnibus Volume 1. She has been around a long time.
All right, the comic book preview for Loki.
No, it's Lock and Key.
It's Loki. Okay, Loki and Key. The Sandman universe, Hell and Gone. This is making big waves. This is from IDW Publishing, and DC Comics launches its own crossover series. I thought this was pretty cool that they're working together.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the Lock and Key series. I love Sandman, so.
And this is going to be brought to us by FlickeringMyth.com today.
And another comic book preview, also from FlickeringMyth.com, is George R.R. Martin's A Clash of Kings. It's out this past Wednesday, but you can take an official preview at FlickeringMyth.com.
Superhero Hype. Best Amazon books and comics deals for 15. And of course, Invincible is making nothing but waves in the comic book industry right now with its Amazon series. This is brought to us by SuperheroHype.com.
All right, column business is this is a column. Business is booming for this local comic book entrepreneur. A ride through the neighborhood brings a new local business venture to columnist Sally Schwartz's attention. Check that out on ChicagoTribune.com. What? No, forget lemonade stands. We got comic book stands now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this kid's gonna run Marvel.
There you go.
Comic book preview. Transformers Volume 3. All fall down, and there he is, man. There ain't no messing with Shockwave, man.
Is that who that is? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know too much Transformers.
Yeah, that's from IDW with Flickering Myth preview. Here you go. This will make you happy.
All right, this is from Walmart.com. Lego Star Wars Yoda's Galaxy Atlas with exclusive Yoda Lego minifigure. Free 2-day shipping on qualified orders for over $35. Check it out on Walmart.com and get yourself a Baby Yoda.
No, this is actually just Yoda.
No, because Baby Yoda is Grogu, so this has got to be Baby Yoda. It's Mini Yoda.
Mini Yoda.
Mini Yoda.
Comic book preview, Deja Torres 12.
That sounds good to me.
Dynamite Entertainment, currently Deja Torres. Run comes to an end this Wednesday with the release of issue 12. You can get your sneak peek beyond the cover right here, right now at FlickeringMyth.com.
All right.
Everything I said about the cosplayers.
This is from Chris Hammer. Could not think of a better comic convention to kick 2021 off with. Greensville, South Carolina this weekend. Let's do this. Mask up, come out. Looking forward to seeing some of my South Carolina friends. As always, new prints, originals, and some new paintings. All right.
Looking good. From Chris Hammer. And here we go. Another cosplay cover. The dark powers of Vampira. I don't know. I can never say her name right.
Vampirella.
Thank you. Comic book preview over at FlickeringMyth.com.
Yes, Vampirella. She was there in my youth. And this is from Scout Comics. News alert. Scout Comics' last stop is now in development with Sean Robbins. SR40, also known for SR48 and Open Road. You can check that out, of course, over at Scout Comics or on Comics Newswire. Just click the link and learn more.
Amazing Spider-Man 64. Read the first 4 pages. This is brought to us by MonkeysFightingRobots.com.
You got to love that website.
Listen up, true believers. 64 hits your local comic book shop next week. But thanks to Marvel Comics, Monkeys Fighting Robots got the early preview.
I'm going to open this one up. All right, this is from Rambo Hill. This is Pink Wing and the Prime Controller. I would love a full book in this style. Art by David Jackson, The Expanding Universe of Pink Wing and the Prime Controller. So let's see. I guess you could go check them out on Facebook, learn more about that.
Ongoing series for a good amount of time. Here we go. DC's first digital Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries gets its first print this Tuesday. And we've got the official preview for you over at FlickeringMyth.com.
Oh, boy. All right. And this is Southwest Florida Con at the Crown Plaza Fort Myers Hotel. Is the home to our show on Sunday, May 2nd, 2021. There's free parking, and admission is only $20, and kids under 11 are free. Can't wait. Go check it out, guys.
DC reveals a major Batman character as part of the LGBT community. Who it is? Well, you're going to have to find out by going to comicbook.com.
All right. Let me see if I can get this one up.
Hey, you said get it up.
Really? Really? This is from Fish Lee, and that's going to leave a mark. I don't know what this is from, Fish.
But look how cool it is.
It's a good art, yeah.
Look at the art itself got me to be like, because I love showing this to the audience, especially the process behind it. A lot of people don't understand comics when they just think that someone just draws it all in place and color. Like literally, some people think that people color it at the same time.
Oh my gosh, no, there's a process.
There's so much that goes into it, so I love showing those things. Suicide Squad comic reveals new team leader, and they're already dying. The Suicide Squad relaunching is off to a running start, but with Peacemaker leading the charge, there's no telling how many of his teammates will die. It's amazing, man. If I had asked you who Peacemaker was a year ago, everyone would be like, "Who are you talking about? What do you? Me too. Shit."
Yeah. I'm not that big. I'm not familiar enough with Peacemaker. I might have heard of him, but I doubt that's true too. So
yeah, no. So like, I did hear of him, but I thought he was one of the New Gods because of the weird helmet.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, so I was never a fan of the New Gods. I know, send me hate mail, whatever, whatever. I didn't like him. I didn't like him till the Snyder cut.
Kirby hater, you Kirby hater.
And I didn't. When I was younger, I didn't understand Kirby like I do now. We're just leave it at that and move on.
No, but don't. But see, that's okay because that's a lot of us. A lot of us didn't understand the impact of Kirby, especially when coming up in the late 80s, 90s, when you had all this other stuff going out. We're like, why does everybody like Kirby so much? You know, Kirby died in 91, I think.
Yeah.
But when you become an artist, it starts opening you up to really see it. When you start really diving into comic books and seeing where everybody got their, where everybody Kirby's the start. Is this how it is to it? So, yeah. All right, this is from Sapphire Studios. Yay, I finished the traditional version of my dear twin Sapphires, just like I promised to my Patreons on my Patreon page. This one is a little bit on the simplistic side versus its digital counterpart. Guys, go check it out on her Patreon at patreon.com. Kitty Sapphire Studios. And of course, she also has a speed paint video on YouTube. And there's more plans with these two in the future. Wow, I like the coloring on that.
Yeah. And Jack Kirby, for the record, died on February 6, 1994. Taken way too soon.
Yeah. 1990 what?
4.
4?
Yeah. Well, I mean, according to Wikipedia, so.
I have to check that out because this seems kind of a little bit later, but maybe so. All right. I get this is you.
All right. Peter David returns to X Factor in this upcoming Marvel comic. I loved his run. As a kid who didn't really know too many names in comic, I remembered his name. And this is exciting to see him. I did see the New Mutants movie. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It wasn't. And I'm going to leave it at that.
And we forgot to run the opinion column at the beginning of the show. So the reviews and opinions are flipped. Yeah, I tried to watch that last night. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah.
So, comic book preview, Women of Marvel #1. Marvel puts the spotlight on its female heroes this coming Wednesday, with the release of Women of Marvel #1. And, of course, they've got their official preview over on FlickeringMyth.com.
Everything. Flickering Myth has everything ready to go. This is follow our comic at the Zombiz, ZOMBZ, and check it out. It's a throwback to zombie wholesome family art. I mean,
okay, I guess.
Looks cool though. Looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks cool. This is Cullen Bunn's Eden. Read the first 5 pages of the horror romance over at monkeyfightingrobots.co. Stop what you're doing and check out this exclusive preview of Eden from Aftershock Comics.
Dan DeMille gives us brand new releases. Get your copy now on eBay. If you want me to sign it, please send me a message when ordering.
Oh, that's cool. Cogs. Keeper of the Gates. All right. Comic Book Shop turns the page with new location in Mechanicsville. What? Third Eye Comics is relocating to a new storefront within Crichton Crossing Shopping Center. So check it out. You can go to richmondbizsense.com and see where that is. You might want to check it out. I guess that's where's Richmond? Is that Virginia?
Yeah, I think so. I believe it was Virginia. We saw this. Billy Tucci's going to the going to the Garden City. Garden City, I think, Convention Center. And remember, Continuum Comics is where creators rise through the creation, bridging universes together. The book, the first issue of the Continuum, Enter the Continuum, is now at the printers, guys. So, yeah, and if you haven't checked your email, check your email. Your digital copy of it has been sent out. Pretty exciting.
All right. And if you watch your event, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, or news, share it on our site. Listen to this. Send us an email with all the info needed to advocate for your news to comicsnewswire@yahoo.com. And of course, you got to remember to be kind and share.
And check out Geek Insider. Renew your geek card today. And that's it, guys. We've made it through another week. Pretty exciting. I love the fact that we're talking about Comic-Cons. And of course, this weekend, hopefully C gets to join me this Sunday. He wasn't feeling well last week, but this week we're talking about all the things we learned during the P time, the P pause. Ooh. And we're gonna go over that as Sunday Comics Brunch is winding down. We're gonna be shelving the show for the summer and early fall. Why? Because we're gonna hit the road. We're gonna go to cons. We're gonna go out. And I'm sure, see, like once your kids go on vacation, you're gonna want to go out and take them around places now that more things are opening up, right?
Oh, sure. We went to the zoo week before last, so
we're getting to go back to real life, guys. We finally get into this moment where everything we took for granted is coming back to us. So go out there and enjoy yourselves. Go out there and have fun and celebrate the ability to be around people again. Social distance when necessary. Wear your mask. Get vaccinated. But let's all rise past this moment and restart and see the world being a better place than when we paused it. Anything to add, C?
Nope, that's it. Nope. Okay. If you want to follow me, go check out Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And, of course, Sunday Comics Brunch.
All right, guys, this has been another production. We got through another week. This was I believe we're the 15th week, if I'm not mistaken. I'll look up on the calendar right now. Yep. This was, hold on. I can't see in the dark. Yeah, 15th week of 21. We went through all this news, and now you guys are in the know.